It was a cold, crisp fall morning at Nafford Station. Summer had been long over, and the cold weather was starting to come to the island of Sodor. It is a shame that summer is gone. With the warm weather, all the passengers, the seaside villages, and the beach. Pah! I've had a less of a use thanks to summer being over. The fact control has made me go on goods trains with Henry. Ugh. Hey, it's not that bad. It could be worse. You could be doing nothing at all, Gordon. You should be grateful. How could I be grateful when pulling dirty trucks? Soon, Percy puffed in. He was pulling a strange thing on a flatbed. It had a tall funnel, a cow catcher, and a big cab, along with two domes. What's that, Percy? I don't know, Thomas. It looks like a small American narrow gauge engine with a big cowcatcher on the front of it. All Sir Topham had told me was to go down to the Brendam docks and bring it up here to the station. And as if out of nowhere, Sir Topham had appeared. Yes, Percy. Thank you for delivering the engine down to the station. It is a very small engine compared to you guys. That is because it is an American narrow gauge engine. You would see these in America. However, we imported it to here on Sodor. So is it going to work on the Skarloey Railway with all the other narrow gauge engines? Yes, that would be so, Thomas. It'll be going on Henry's flying Kipper train all the way down to Croven's Gate. Thomas, why do you look different today? The fourth wall break for a second. Landon the Thomas fan couldn't find my actual model, so he had to give me a replacement model for right now. So I'm a Hit Toys Trackmaster, Thomas that, has the RC remote and everything. I'm an RC Thomas. Not as good as me. Go away, Flipface Thomas. Aww. Do you think that will be alright, Henry? Yes, sir. That should be alright. Very well then. See you all later. That night, Percy had shunted the flying Kipper and had added this narrow gauge engine to the back of the train ready for Croven's Gate. Soon, Percy had shunted the trucks onto Henry. Then the guard fastened the coupling. Then the flag wove green, and Henry was off. Henry was racing down the tracks with the flying Kipper. Now, no one really knows what happened next. Some people think it was the guards playing a joke on Henry and Percy that night. Some think it was just the coupling that had rusted out. Some thought the engine was haunted. However, no one really knows. All they do know is that the engine did disconnect from the coupling of the brake van, and Henry's train soared off into the night, while it sat in the middle of the darkness. Meanwhile, Percy was pulling his mail train. Soon, Percy noticed something in front of him. It was the flatbed he had shunted onto Henry's train, in the middle of the line. Percy slammed on his brakes hard, not trying to crash into it. Percy had braked just in time. Phew! What is this doing in the middle of the line? I thought I was on Henry's train. Percy's driver and fireman told him to push it down all the way to Croven's Gate since they were going to be doing it anyway. Percy then puffed away. That morning, Percy went to tell Henry what had happened that night. Henry sat there confused. How could it have disconnected from my train? The coupling wasn't rusted. Heck, nothing happened. The guard didn't do anything. It just came apart. Then Percy puffed in. Did you hear what happened last night? Said Percy to Henry. Yes, I did. I'm surprised how it disconnected. Nothing could have happened for it to happen like that. I know. It is great. It is weird. I thought you coupled it up to the train. I did. Well, if you did that, then, said Henry. Was it rust? No, it wasn't rust. There was no rust anywhere near the site, and especially not on the coupling. The coupling looked fine. How was it on the brake van? It was good as well. So what could have possibly happened? The engines sat there and pondered about the situation, wondering what happened to their trains that night. However, if you were to personally tell me, I would tell you it was a ghost.